My, this tablet went down 42 MBs. Like, within hours that it was charging. Like, how can it go from 324 to 288? It's hacked. Yeah, like, whatever. I'm so sick to death of my life and all its lies. And my life was almost total hell because of insane people like Pretend a Lot Narcissist. Who, the abuser goes and chooses their victim and does everything in their power. They focus. All they are is an empty vessel for Satan's work. They're just empty vessels. But they focus 24/7, and they're up almost 24/7. All of their evil, really, really bad energy onto their victim that they want destroyed. They do everything in their power to destroy them, and while lying to their victim all the time. Well, all I ever want to do is help. I just want to help you. I want us to have a good day. And I want to help you. Well, why can't we spend the day together? I mean, who the hell does that? No one. I respect my children that you just stop doing that when you're, moms and their children. It's okay to spend the day together with someone that you get along with, okay? But most people don't get along and can't stand each other. I mean, well, the abuser is fine with their victim. They're the ones who totally putting them down, destroying them every second that they can get. Everything's their fault, and they're so ungrateful. They should be happy to be alive for their abuser to abuse them. One more second, and one more minute, of one more hour of every day. But of course, it's not every second. You can't be. Somebody said Hitler, even Hitler, which is a good example of a very bad person. You can't be evil. It's impossible to be really bad every second of the day. But, there's people who absolutely have no remorse, absolutely don't care at all about the abuser that pretends that they care. I think they're the worst of all. I mean, it'd be cool, you're honest. Hey, you know what? I could care less. God. It's just, Pretend a Lot Narcissist was a total nightmare, especially, the worst was the 4 months that I was forced to live with him. And he goes and plays along with that. Well, you weren't forced to live with... Yeah, I would have been outside. So I would have rather stayed in there, but you abused me to death anyway, so outside, in there, it really wouldn't have made a difference. I would have been suffering outside, people pointing at me, but I would have been shivering, freezing. You have to take, which one's better? I mean, if I would have been able to find somewhere warm to be at, that's a different story. And there's nowhere in Lancaster. Lancaster's a horrible, horrible place where, I'm going to check one place out to see if it... But, I would never ever advise homeless people going to Arch Street. Because, I mean, it's just, life's hard enough by yourself. To be around at least 10 people with crazy energy, it's really bad. I mean, They're not gonna personally abuse you and call you names or put you down, but you feel their energy. It's like, maybe they're gonna stare at you, like, and you can you can feel their crazy energy. It sucks. Oh my God, we're pretend a lot narcissist I can't stand. He focuses his whole day, his whole obsession, it is putting me down to everyone they talks to. So the new homeless people they met, or it's, the old one they gave $200,000 to. I don't care. He's obsessed with me, talking about me all the time. How crazy of a person I am. I made up all these stories, and I said that he abused me and that never happened. And so what? So what? Just, who cares? But the abuser has to win, has to have the last word in, has to have the last say that there's nothing wrong with them and they're not abusive in any way and their victim made it all up. It's just crazy world that you live in. What a victim truly has to go through is so disgusting. It's so repulsive. Ugh. It's just, oh my God. Victims have to lie to get away from their abuser. That's the only way they can make it. I mean, my God, the abuser traps them. Like my dead husband, I couldn't be out of his sight 24/7, and the same thing with pretend a lot narcissist when my husband was in jail. Oh my God. It makes you crazy. You can't not go crazy with somebody staring at you. Well, what are you doing now? Well, what? I told you to write down what you should do and to be a good person. And I told you to make a list. You didn't do that yet? You're so ungrateful. You don't do anything I tell you to do. You're just awful. I mean, that's just a little example. 24/7 of that shit. Why didn't I go crazy living with pretend a lot narcissist or my dead husband? I should have. I mean, somebody who absolutely hates themselves takes off their mask and they throw all their hell onto their victim. It's awful. It's just awful.